Hey, this is Carter Riley from Ring Addicts. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. That's right, it's free. There are creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will also distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. Don't have a listenership yet? That's cool. You can still make money from your podcast. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Live from the Rantoul Street studio in Beverly, Massachusetts, this is Ring Addicts, where we are wise about the ring. And introducing the host of Ring Addicts, MattAttack.
Hey, all right, everybody. Yeah, so I'm gonna give the recap for Fyter Fest from last night, part 2 of Fyter Fest, and my co-host will be back Saturday, and he will catch up on the NXT and we'll have SmackDown then too. We should have SmackDown then too. So yeah, and we'll have a new guest tomorrow and Saturday, I think. And yeah, that's gonna be great. But I'll get right into Dynamite right here. So the first match is a tag team championship match, Private Party versus Omega and Page. It was a great match, back and forth. Like I really thought Private Party might have had it at one point, but Omega and Page, once again, they come out on top. You know, they do the combination of the B trigger and the buckshot, and that combination move is absolutely lethal. You know, I love that. I love that move, and
I definitely agree with you. It was I thought that they were going to take it as well, because both teams put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, that's they half of them being in that though is because Matt Hardy's been coaching them. So yeah. I think if they didn't have Matt Hardy, they wouldn't have been that great in that match. I think Matt Hardy has really improved them in a very big way, and I think that it's gonna continue to progress. And I see a title, a tag team championship in the future for Private Party. But but so now we move on to the next match. By the way, we see that Britt Baker is out in her roles. Oh no, she was in something a little bit different. She was like not really inside anything. She was just kind of like she was out there, but like it wasn't the normal like Rolls Royce. She wasn't, she was like, she didn't have a great big thing covering her or anything like that. But she was out there, and anyway, so we go to the next match. The next match is Joey Janela versus Lance Archer.
Oh,
and it was a great match, man.
It was.
I really wish to see that these two go at it again in the future, because Janela, he's great. He's great. He's a great wrestler. He's a great wrestler, but he's also, he has the, that's why they call him the bad boy, because, he's all, he'll get extreme and get weapons and everything and do outrageous stuff and everything like that. And Archer is like, he's vicious and violent and everything. And he has Jake Roberts as a manager. And we all remember Jake the Snake Roberts being vicious and very mean, like with crashing Macho Man's wedding.
And not only that, he invented he personalized the DDT. That shit is.
Oh yeah, no,
it doesn't get any more badass than that.
He made the DDT a great move. He did. He revolutionized that move. That was awesome. But Yeah, so it was an honestly great match back and forth, Joey and Lance. But uh, Sonny Kiss got involved. Actually, no. How it started was this. Uh, Joey came out looking for Sonny Kiss. He all of a sudden lost him, and then Lance's music hits. He comes out and he's carrying Sonny Kiss to the ring.
Yep.
Absolutely hilarious. I was like, whoa. So then the match starts, and it was great back and forth. Great match. Uh, uh, Lance won it. Lance won it, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Lance won with the Lance won the match, and then after this match comes a very special introduction. Taz, I guess Tony Khan said in a tweet, Taz has a special announcement on Dynamite, and this is it. Taz comes out and he says that Brian Cage is definitely going to walk out of Fight for the Fallen with the AEW championship, but he's also going to walk into the match with gold too. And he unveils the FTW championship, which was never recognized by any promotion, not even ECW, because if it was recognized by ECW, it would be Vince McMahon's championship. So fortunately, Taz didn't let that get scathed, get taken from him, and so Taz unveils it and says crowns Brian Cage right away, gives it to him and everything, and my thoughts on this. This is absolutely awesome. I am very happy about this. I think Taz bringing in this championship for AEW to use is just it's awesome, and I'm thinking that they're probably gonna try and make it a little bit like a hardcore championship, which is okay, but no 24/7 rule, no 24/7 rule. We don't need a 24/7 rule for this championship.
Do it like the old WCW used to do it.
Yes, because see, that whole thing became so much of a like a comic that if AEW does that, it will ruin them. Because WWE made that into a comic, and it's just ridiculous, and I don't want it. I don't want there to be a 24/7 rule for this title. But if you want to say like every match that has this championship involved, if you want to say that every match can be like a hardcore match or like extreme rule, I guess they can't use that actually, but like they could use hardcore match, or they could
no holds barred,
no holds barred, or
unsanctioned.
Unsanctioned, yeah. Well, I think they've already used that, but I think they worded it differently for when Moxley fought. For both, Moxley fought Janela and Omega, and they were both not supposed to be sanctioned matches. But yet, the state of Maryland has sued or fined AEW for everything that happened in the match between Omega and Moxley at Full Gear. So that's like crazy.
Well, honestly, I think this is a great move also by AEW because, I hate to be this douchebag, but we all know on NXT that fucking Keith Lee becomes NXT and North American champion. So I think Cody probably saw a spoiler and was like, fuck that. We're going to fucking reveal a title on at fucking Fyter Fest.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think that was awesome, and yeah, I agree with you on that. Like we already knew that Keith Lee was winning because somebody leaked it and everything, but like yeah, that was just an awesome rebound, and especially when last week Taz had some very, very harsh words towards WWE, and the fact that he didn't name anybody, but the fact that they didn't have the coronavirus testing right away, and Taz Taz really harped on that, and that got Vince McMahon all upset and everything, and everything. I don't know what he said, but I heard that he got all upset about that. So I know Taz bringing in the FTW championship. It was kind of like saying to Vince, fuck the world, you know. It was kind of like saying to Vince, well, what the fuck, man,
And not only that, like hearing Taz, on AEW doing these promos, it reminds me of his old ECW days, and I fucking love it. I'm loving every second of it.
Yeah, because he is getting very, very, vulgar, and that's how he was back then, and even Paul Heyman back it was like right before they went out of business, I think, and Taz was champion. Taz was ECW world champion, and Paul Heyman called him a bad mother. You know what? on air. I saw that episode. It was on TNN, on I think it was a Friday night or something. I forget, but it was, I remember that so well. And yeah, you see Taz out there now, and yeah, he's not wrestling anymore, but he's obviously turned what he had wrestling into being great managing, because I seriously think he's like the next Paul Heyman. He's better than Paul Heyman, or he can be better than Paul Heyman.
I think he's already at that point, because he's got I feel like Paul Heyman is balls restricted to what Vince McMahon makes him say. As regard to Taz, he's not.
Well, also Paul Heyman got fired, but yeah.
Yeah, that too. But I think that's just what that's awesome about Taz, is that they're like, dude, just do your fucking thing. Don't worry about us.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So yeah, Taz introducing that title was awesome, and so Brian Cage is the champion, and yeah, I'm really happy with that. So the next match is a handicap match, but the question is, who is it a handicap for? It was Nyla Rose versus I don't know their exact names. I think one is oh man, Kylan or something like that, I think. But anyway, they're not on Dynamite all the time. They're on Dark. So I haven't been watching Dark. I've been trying to get into watching Dark again, but it's tough for me. I can't always remember to watch something on YouTube. You always remember to watch something on TV, but you never remember to watch something on YouTube.
That's true. That is so true.
But yeah, so it's Nyla Rose versus these two that are from Dark, and I'm sure they're great wrestlers and everything. But Nyla's a beast. She's the she's like the biggest there is in the women's division, and she's just very, very monstrous, and she dominated the competition, and she got her win. So that's Nyla. She succeeded. But the next part is what's really interesting. Nyla announces she's getting a manager, but she won't say who it is yet. She's just saying that she's getting a manager. She says that she used Cody Rhodes, has Arn Anderson, has a title, and then she said, "Look at Brian Cage. Taz gives him a title just a little bit ago, a little while ago." So it's like, obviously she wants a manager, so she's gonna get a manager. I can't wait to find out who it is, because I guarantee it's gonna be somebody that like a very, very like prominent person. But it's like a year ago they tried doing Awesome Kong, managed by Brandy Rhodes, and not that I have anything against Brandy Rhodes being a manager or being a heel, but I just think that Cody's a face, then Brandy should be a face. It wasn't making sense a year ago when it was Brandy was being a heel and treating like people like brats and everything. It was weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they righted that wrong, and now Brandy's a face, and that's great. But yeah. So I think Nyla's. I think it's going to be really interesting to find out who she finds as a manager, because I think it very well could be a male, a veteran male, but then again too, it could be a veteran female, and the possibilities on that are, like that gets me thinking, because like there's a lot out there that have been back and forth with WWE, and like here and there and everything, and you don't know who would be a good manager, but we'll have to wait and see. I can't wait. That's awesome. So the next match is Dark Order plus Colt Cabana, and I say that because Colt Cabana is trying to say that he's not a part of the Dark Order, but even Tony and JR are saying now that he's just in denial. He is. He's in denial. I mean, you had a match last week or the week before. The week before, and you have that match. You win that match with him. He had a great setup for you to pin, and you pinned them. And then now last night 6-man tag team match, great match, yeah, great match. But yet again, Mr. Brody Lee was very, very like involved in how Colt Cabana got the pinfall for last night. And also too, I forgot to say, Colt Cabana had some injuries, I guess, and he was he was in the training room getting checked out by the trainer, just I guess like trying to rest him and everything. And he said, "Oh, he's ready." So he was ready, and then Brody Lee, talks to him, says, are you with me or whatever? And Colt's like, yeah. And then he gets up, he sits up, and the last thing Colt says is, "Yes, Mr. Brody." So you tell me, is he a member or isn't he? Yes, he is.
Ooh, Colt Cabana with his bruised pelvis, his bruised rib cage.
Boom, boom, Colt Cabana. It's like, come on, dude. You're obviously with them.
Yeah, like, quit trying to hide it, bro. Like, this is definitely the YU skateboarding segment right here. Cabana, you are skateboarding, not knowing, not accepting that you are a member of the Dark Order.
Colt Cabana, you get the Why You Skateboarding award because you just are in denial, boy. You in denial. So the main event match is Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho, and this was a great match. I was very happy to see it, and I knew I didn't everything I saw from Orange Cassidy. I expected, and I expected it, but also he went.
Oh wait, did we already cover the 8-man tag?
Oh shoot! Did I? Oh damn! Okay, yeah. Sorry about that. That was
I.
Oh yeah,
I was checking my phone for a second, and I thought I spaced off, and I missed it. So I was just asking.
No. I missed it. I'm sorry, dude.
Yeah. No. Don't apologize. It's all good, bro.
So yeah, the 8-man tag. Oh, it was a hell of a match. Back and forth. The Young Bucks. The Young Bucks worked so well with FTR that the FTR were getting ready to do a couple of their double team moves, and they're getting ready for it, but yet something happens to one of the FTR guys, and then one of the Young Bucks comes in place and finishes the tag team move with the FTR guy. That right there, that I loved every minute of that. They were complimenting each other so many ways and so much. It was awesome. I loved every bit of that. That's what you call tag team wrestling. When your tag team and another tag team get together and you guys can finish each other's double team moves, that's like it's like those four guys, in my eyes, those four guys are the Kobe Bryants of wrestling, because Kobe Bryant, he's a great player and he could play with anybody. He could play with anybody and get a win and everything. But like, I know they're not as good as Kobe Bryant, but like in wrestling, for them to be able to be like that on a team and everything, that's just like how, like, with Kobe and whoever he's teaming with to pass a ball.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that the Young Bucks or FTR is as good of a basketball player as Kobe Bryant, but I'm just saying that the way they moved last night and the way they were in sync with each other last night, that's like a well-oiled machine right there. That's awesome.
Especially, who was it? Matt and either Pentagon Jr. or Ray Phoenix, that top rope move they both did, that was fucking beautiful, dude.
Oh yeah, that too. That was another great move. But high flying all over the place. It was filled with all kinds of great moves and everything. And then, but the end was. The end was like a little bittersweet. I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm upset with the result, because I do like the Lucha Bros. I don't like Butcher and Blade. I just think that whole gimmick is kind of weird and dumb. But
yeah.
But like, I love the Lucha Bros. They're awesome. They're like all over the place, off the top rope, off the ladders, off everything. It's ridiculous. That's what I just love them. But yeah, the Lucha Bros got the win because they had, they were, not like outside interference, but it was like, just a lot of stuff going. Like, I think Pentagon hit the FTR guy, and he hit Cash, I think, and in the ring, the other one the other one got the kick or something from one of them, and damn. But yeah, it was a great match. But Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade come out on top, unfortunately. But it was a great match, and like, hats off to the Young Bucks and the FTR. And honestly, I would love to see if FTR and Young Bucks tag again. But
yeah, absolutely.
But I know at the end there, it was a little bit of confusion between the Young Bucks and the FTR. But I just think, they could patch it up and they can get back together again. But also too, I can't wait for when it's Young Bucks versus FTR, because obviously they both of them know each other so much that it's just, when it's Young Bucks versus FTR, it's going to be so many reversals in that match. It's going to be nuts. That match, I can't wait for that. That's going to be awesome.
Shout out to, I think it was JR who brought up the internet feud between them like a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's a great story. That's about how Cody Rhodes is always saying, "Fuck the Revival." That's great.
But I kind of wouldn't have gone with FTR going into AEW. I would have tried to switch it up, because now people will be associating "Fuck the Revival" with my tag team name, and
exactly. That's why I don't get it. But I'm thinking possibly, because I can't remember now exactly, but I think that they were gonna try and use Shatter Machine as their tag team name, because that was their finishing maneuver in WWE. But I think what happened was either WWE already tagged it, or somebody else ended up having it, I think, or something. I can't remember now. But but that, like, that's like, it's kind of like, because they were explaining why, they were, because what's his name, Alex Marvez was asking them, or was it Tony? It might have been Tony Schiavone. Yeah, it was Tony Schiavone. He was asking them, what do you guys like? How do you come up with the name FTR? What does it stand for, and all that and everything? And basically, I think it was Cash that said, right now it's fear the not fear the revolution. What was he saying? Fear the revolt, or fear the rebel, maybe, or I don't know. He was saying a couple of different things, but basically it's just a FTR. But they said it stands for a lot of different things, and and everything. So it must be that when Cody was always saying that, and I think they were in NXT at the time. I think Cody always saying that was probably like a code. It was probably like code shit, and it was just kind of like, if Cody says if Cody says this, then it means something else that's also FTR, or maybe something to that degree. But like, I know when I first started hearing that, like the first time I heard it, I couldn't stop laughing, because I watched a full long video of it like that. I watched a full long video of like that, and it was just like back and forth. Fuck the revival. Fuck the revival. Fuck the revival. Fuck the revival. And I'm just, oh my god.
The best one is when Cody's doing like a commercial or a photo shoot, and he's just standing there, and he's just like, "Fuck the revival," and they're like, "Cut." Cody, that's not in the script, and he's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But also too, that, what was great, it was like about a year ago. It was right before him. It was either right before him facing him and Dustin, him and his brother facing the Young Bucks, or it was right before him going against Darby Allin. Yeah, Darby Allin. It might have been that. But he gets out of the truck, and his cup, on his cup, you can see it says FTR. And the Revival was in WWE at the time.
So I don't think we're going to be seeing Fuck the Revival anytime soon. Or maybe, you never know.
But I don't know. I'm maybe I didn't show it to you, but Cody tweeted I think it was like the night or the week that they debuted on Dynamite. They came out and helped the Young Bucks. The first night they did that, Cody tweeted, I hope they're not upset about what I said. I loved it. I looked at that. I was just like, oh my God, that's so funny. But yeah. So yeah, that was a great match. The 8-man tag team match, back and forth, and the Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade win. Unfortunately, hopefully we get to see Young Bucks and hopefully we get to see Young Bucks and FTR team up again. And if not, then I can't wait for their first 2-on-2 tag team match. And anyway, now back to the main event was Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho.
And don't get me wrong, I bet a lot of people, when they heard that this was the main event, was like, ugh. But let's just continue.
Yeah, no, I'm sure there was a few people that were thinking, oh, Jericho's just gonna squash him. But that's people that don't know Orange Cassidy and haven't really followed his career at all or anything like that, So I'm not saying that I've really followed his career. I'm just saying I started watching AEW, and he was one of the superstars, and since then I've been following, and since then I have seen a few things before his AEW days, and I'm just gonna say he's definitely a great superstar. His gimmick is a little bit, unorthodox. It's a little bit,
and that's what makes him unique, though. That's what I like about him.
Exactly. That's what everybody loves about him. He's the flavor of the week right now.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can't watch anything to do with AEW and not see something with Orange Cassidy because of just he's just always there, and he just he'll show up, and he'll just show up, and he's there with the sunglasses and his hands in his pockets, and it's just every time they put him on camera, it's just a great big crowd of people. They love him, it's nuts. I love it. It's just so crazy, and it's beautiful to me because even though I didn't know him before AEW, but all these other people have known him before AEW. I love that in those fans. I never seen it because just recently started watching like outside of WWE wrestling. Just recently, like within the past 5 years.
Of course.
Just starting, to get the the knowledge of it and everything, and I love Orange Cassidy so far, and I love what I'm seeing about him and everything. He's awesome. He's a great athlete. He really is, and he has lots of potential and lots of heart and soul and everything. He just he's he knows he's like a mid card or low card, and even knowing that makes it so you're even that much better, and he's just kind of like laid back and relaxed, but you never know in this day and age in wrestling, anybody could become champion. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Orange Cassidy win the TNT Championship down the road, or win the FTW Championship down the road. I mean, the World Championship is a stretch, but I mean, you never know. But,
yeah, true.
But yeah, Orange Cassidy versus Chris Jericho, and you think lots of people that don't really watch wrestling, they think, oh, who's this Orange Cassidy dude? Jericho's just going to beat the crap out of him. But no, I saw
some jobber.
Yeah, I honestly saw Orange Cassidy coming out like that and swinging for the fences. I think that was awesome. He did awesome. He really did. He performed great out there. It'd be great if it came out as a win, but unfortunately, Jericho is Jericho, and there was interference, but like that wasn't that didn't even play a part in the end because like the interference ended up kind of like diminishing away to the back, and then it was just Jericho and Orange Cassidy, and they were going back and forth, and then finally Jericho gets in the Judas effect. And unfortunately, that's it. And Jericho wins, and that was it. And I just want to go on for a little bit here because I don't have my co-host, and we got a little bit more time, and I'm just gonna go off on a little tangent and everything. I think. Yeah, about the FTW Championship. Mm-hmm. I honestly think it's like it's great. It's great television for them to be doing this. It really is. Like they have brought back something that not even brought it back. It was never even in, which is actually better anyway because we want new things anyway, and correct. This is kind of new. It isn't really all that new because he had the belt, but I don't think he ever said, oh, this is a part of ECW or anything like that. I think he might have had it with him in a picture or something, or a couple of pictures or something like that. But I know it was never because I even remember seeing he never had that. He had the ECW championship, and I remember he came to WWE with it at one point and fought Triple H. Triple H won, but no, I love the fact that he's doing this. I love the fact that he's where he is because I love Taz.
Oh, I love Taz as well. I loved him in his ECW days, his WWE days. When he was on commentary on WWE, fucking best commentator ever.
Oh yeah, no, he has. I'm not gonna say he has Jerry the King Lawler or Bobby the Brain Heenan, but
no.
he has the stuff, his own he's his own man. He's a great promo dude, and he's great on the mic. He's great in every which way, and he was taught by Paul Heyman, the best. And I just I think Taz can be the best, and like you said, you think he's already past that. And I think he is too. He's great. He's awesome, and I think I think whenever Paul Heyman retires, I think Taz does owe a little bit of gratitude to him, and I'm sure he's going to give a lot to him and everything. But I just know I think Taz is going to be great. I think Taz is going to be awesome as a manager, and he's just going to tear it up. And I think at some point Brian Cage will win the World Championship or the TNT Championship, but I think right now, he's just going to be settling with the FTW Championship for a little bit, and
which is good because he's still got gold,
Yeah. No, he's going to be great. He's going to be good. He'll be all set. I seriously think Moxley comes out on top next week and everything, and yeah, I think there will be a great match, though, a really great match. I think we might see them use their championship belts against them, because I can see Moxley wanting to because Moxley was a wrestling fan. And he was obviously watching ECW, watching Taz, and I think Moxley just kind of wants to get a feel for the FTW Championship. I think he's gonna take it and run up to Cage and be like, oh, But anyway, beyond that, so. I just, I think it's a great thing bringing that title in, and I think I'll give a little bit of rumors. I'll give a little bit of rumors. So, I think the top ones I should give. I'm gonna try to think of other ones, but the real main ones I should be talking about is there are two coronavirus positive tests that have come out. One is, now three that all involve WWE wrestlers, but they're not the WWE wrestler. Like Lana's mother and father now have both tested positive for coronavirus, which is it's so scary. Every time you hear somebody else has it, not even if you hear about somebody dying from it. Every time I hear somebody has it, I get chills, and I'm just like, oh my God, no, and I just get so scared for everybody, and I'm like a very worrisome person. I worry about everybody, I want everybody to be, happy, healthy, and everything like that. This stuff that's going on, it sucks, and it sucks that we have to wear masks and everything. But we have to do it just to get through it, and, get through it and get past it, and then put it behind us. This happened 100 years ago, and they got through it. Let's all get through it. Let's all buckle down and do what we can, and just wear the mask. Do the social distancing, the hand sanitizers. Just keep up on everything, man. We need to really, really beat this thing and get rid of it and just have it go. But so Lana's parents have it, and Conan's mother just passed away from having it. She passed away, I think they said last week, and So I want to send a shout out to Conan's mom. Rest in peace, ma'am. You know, we knew your son as a great wrestler, mid card championship wrestler, but like
a fucking douchebag in real life, but that's
yeah,
a whole different fucking story.
Yeah, that's why we're just gonna move on.
We won't hold that against you, Mrs. Conan.
Yeah, so we'll move on here and everything. But yeah, so like it sucks. You know, all these people are getting it. Renee Young still has it, but from what I'm hearing, she's doing good. Um, and you know, Moxley had to stay separated from her. For the time being, so that he could get his match. He has a big match against Brian Cage next week at Fight for the Fallen. So it sucks, but like this virus, we're all gonna get through it. We're all gonna get through it. Just hang tough, everyone, and really just hold true. Well, we can all do this.
And to bring some good news. Tony Khan just posted on Twitter the top 50 original cable telecasts for last night, and AEW is in 7th, while NXT is in 24th.
Oh yeah, no. See, I read that, but I wasn't sure what they were talking about. I skimmed through it too much. But like basically what it, yeah, like I saw that and I saw them say 7th, but I didn't hear them say what NXT was in. That's crazy, really. So even though NXT won the ratings last night and won the ratings the last week, even though all that, they're still AEW's in 7th and NXT is all the way down there. That sucks.
Well,
that sucks.
Not only that, mind you, this is original cable telecast, so it looks like AEW is just kicking the shit out of them, like legit.
Yeah, because before last week, I don't know. I thought I heard them say that that NXT won the week before too, but I don't know. But yeah, before then, whichever, before then, it was like a long streak of AEW.
Yeah, didn't they go like 16-0 or something?
Yeah, something like that, actually. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, they had a long streak going, and then before that, they had a long streak going too. NXT has had like a few here and there, but they're really just like kind of like spurting, just like get up over a little bit and that's it,
I think what happened this week for NXT was that the spoilers came out and people were like, oh, I read the spoilers, so it's obviously going to happen, so no reason to watch it, and everybody flocked over to AEW. So this could be the equivalent of that will put some butts in the seats for NXT.
That's great. That's great. Yeah. So wait, AEW did win last night, or
yeah.
Okay, all right. So I could have sworn I thought I saw that NXT won last night, but I know they won last week. I know that. But yeah, yeah, that's right too. No, they were looking at the other demographic. That's right. Okay, yeah. Now I understand. Yeah. But yeah, that's it's awesome. It's awesome, and it's awesome just the fact that there's two wrestling promotions. I've just always loved there to be like two, and I used to be really, really good with watching both at the same time, but I'm not that good with that anymore because usually when I'm watching wrestling, usually I have to use my phone to take notes or or take note. Yeah, it's all like, you know, I gotta like write notes and everything. But you know, it's good though. It's good to like, you know, like do it anyway, because like you're like, the more you write, the more you remember anyway. You know,
Right.
and because like you're writing it, and it's like as you write it, you're kind of recording it in your head and everything. So it's like good like that. But but yeah, so I think AEW did great either way. You know, like you know, I don't have anything against NXT or WWE really. I just prefer to watch AEW. You know, I mean. Like NXT, I'm sure is a great show. I just don't watch it that much. But like I watch Raw and SmackDown. I just don't get a chance to watch NXT because of, you know, just having one TV and everything. But like gonna be getting another TV soon and everything, and that'll be good. But yeah, right now I'm you know, think I'm keeping up pretty good with AEW and the rest of them and everything. But
oh wait, hold on. Okay, can actually NXT actually did win the viewership battle this week with 759,000.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Yeah,
715,000
but it was,
on AEW.
but I think what Tony Khan was talking about on that, I think that's like from, I think that's like from like all total, you know, like like in the quarter year or whatever like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe like as a term in this term, you know, like AEW leads that or something, or they might. I think they were talking about like different demographics and everything. It's weird. Like I try to make sense of it all, and it just confuses me all the time. That's why when I see that they win, and I'm like, okay, they won, but like I read it, and it's like, yeah, it says they won, but it says in another demographic they were this, and it's different, and it's like weird and everything, you know, but like but like but yeah, I think, and you know, the whole thing with them with WWE copying the eye for an eye match. That's another, like, I know we touched on it already earlier this week, and we talked about you know, we gave it the Are You Skateboarding award and everything, but like I just want to like touch back on it because because I think, you know, Triple H says, oh well, counter programming is healthy competition, and yes, I agree with that. But you know, if you're you know, you're telling them that. So now, what do you think they're gonna do? They're gonna pick something of yours and copy it. So I can't wait for that. I don't know what AEW is gonna like copy. I don't want them to copy something like a certain storyline or something. I want them to, like, if they're gonna copy something, copy like a match that WWE has, like maybe not Hell in a Cell, but like maybe like do the maybe like do a bra and panties match, That'd be awesome if they did. If AEW did one of them. I mean, I'm not. I'm not sure. Like like Riho is really really skinny, so it's just like it's hard to imagine her in a bikini or a bra and panties. But like it would be kind of cool if they did a bra and panties match with whoever, like Penelope Ford and Sheeta maybe, but
oh, absolutely.
But
So, do you have any other rumors or anything before we wrap up?
Let me see. So, one thing I didn't get really get on was the not yesterday, but the day before yesterday, we forgot to get it in because mention it and everything because it was the 24th anniversary of the birth of the NWO.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to get that in there because that's and the other one, the one where Scott Hall came out on Nitro and said that piece about you want to start a war, that one and July 7th are like my two favorite memories. They're like two of my favorite memories. Those nights. Oh my gosh, because like I remember like I think I can't remember if there was a kid in one of my classes or if there was a kid that I was just always with outside at recess. But like me and this kid were always like kind of talking about wrestling, and I was like, so you gonna watch Nitro tonight? I was like, you gonna watch Nitro tonight? It's like, no, I don't watch Nitro. That stuff is whack and everything. And I'm just like, well, I'm gonna be watching it, and so I'm watching it, and that happens, and like, I didn't know what to think of it right away, but like I remember thinking to myself, wow, I wonder why Razor Ramon is in WCW right now. This is weird. And then they actually started calling him Scott Hall, and I was like, wait, Scott Hall? That's his name? But so I just want to give a big shout out to a happy anniversary to Hulk Hogan, Hollywood Hogan from the NWO, Kevin Nash from the NWO, Scott Hall, the MWO, and Scott Norton too. You can't leave Scott Norton out because he's like, I think he's like he has like all kinds of like stuff that's like NWO, and he's on. I think he's on like some chat site or he's on like Facebook or something, and he's got like a whole bunch of stuff on there of NWO and everything. I don't know if it's Twitter or what. I don't know. I'll find that out for next time. But yeah, so Scott Norton and really everybody that was in the NWO, but I'm not going to mention everybody. But yeah, so big shout out to all the NWO and everybody involved, Eric Bischoff, everybody, and that's about all I got to say.
All right. Well, it's time to outplug this bitch. And oh yes, I might as well put it out there. Tomorrow night, July 10th, we will be recording a special segment with our new member of our podcast, Nicholas Ryan. He's going to go deep into 9 years of his wrestling career. Kid's great. He wrestled WWE, ROH, and AEW talent. So definitely, if you are subscribed to this podcast, definitely listen to that. And now it's time for the ending plugs. Okay, so you can email the podcast at ringaddictspod@gmail.com. That's ringaddictspod, P-O-D, @gmail.com. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at ringaddictspod. You can join our Facebook group, www.facebook.com/groups/ringaddicts. If you are a walkie-talkie enthusiast, you can join us on Zello. The name of the channel is Ring Addicts. You can catch the podcast on Spotify and Apple Music. And as always, our podcast is brought to you by and sponsored by Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast. Download it on your phone's app store today, or go to anchor.fm to get started. For MattAttack, I am Mouse. Thank you for listening, and everybody have a great night.